Oh my gosh, Lana Luxx VonDu. Hi, this is so great.
I know, right? Two women here to spill the tea on drag.
I know. Oh my god. And it's the best time ever because you know why? It's Drag Race time!
Period!
So, hello, Miss Lana Luxx.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Of course, thanks for being here. I'm so excited.
Me too.
You're kind of like a little celebrity for me. Like, I love it.
You're so sweet.
So, tell everybody about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you? What's your life about? What's going on?
So, I'm fresh off the operating table. No, I'm just kidding. I actually did just get facial feminization surgery. I'm 4 weeks post-op. So I am a trans woman who does drag. I am Lana Luxx VonDu, daughter of Widow VonDu, winner of season 3 of Drag Survivor.
Yes.
Nebraska Drag War season 4.
Yes.
She is a trans trailblazer, bitch.
Yes.
But
crowns on crowns.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm just recovering and just finally getting, like, tonight's my first time being back at Missy B's performing tonight.
Oh, yay.
Showing off the new mug, and yeah, I'm just really excited. I'm really excited to be here because besides me doing drag, I'm a huge fan of Drag Race. Like, I love the show.
Yes.
I love drag. I love showgirls, and I love all forms of drag. So
yes, same. There's just something about Drag Race that makes me super happy. Like, it does not matter how down my day has been or where I am. If I turn on Drag Race, I can relax.
Right? And like,
and
like with UK too, like it's such a fun thing to look forward to.
It really
like, it really
is.
keeps the spirits high.
Yes.
So I enjoy watching a lot, especially this season's been really good.
We got the Snatch Game episode to review.
I know, iconic
Like,
episode.
Staple of every season. We are at the Snatch Game. Me too. I don't know who better to talk about Snatch Game with
than the queen of the snatch.
Hello.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you ready to get into it?
I'm so ready.
We opened the episode and nobody went home last week. Double save.
Do I get to give my opinion on that?
Yeah.
I see why they did it, but I, like, think of all the iconic double saves. The lip sync was not serving iconic.
No. I mean,
to me, it wasn't an iconic lip sync.
No, not at all. Like, and if you think about other double saves, like Alyssa and Tatiana,
Eureka and Cameron.
Yeah, or Evie and Brooklyn Heights.
Yeah, like, that lip sync was very underwhelming.
Honestly, I really feel like it was because RuPaul was like, no, next to Snatch Game, I'm not ready to get rid of Candy.
I mean, did she really kill Snatch Game either?
Mini challenge. RuPaul talks about how when he was younger, he was in a punk band, and now we want the queens to sing a little punk version of Kitty Girl in your best punk rock look.
Okay.
I mean,
I feel like these mini challenges are not good anymore. But the mini challenge was just a mess to me. I thought, because it was like sponsored by the tights or whatever, and so they made the outfits out of tights. It was very much like, okay, cool. Like, I didn't care. But the Snatch Game, though.
Yeah, the Snatch Game, though. So let's get right into that. So RuPaul announces that this week we are doing the Snatch Game.
Iconic.
Iconic. Best episode of every season. Well, to me, this is the episode that, like, tells us who really is a front runner and who isn't, kind of thing.
It really shows off your, like, chops. But usually the winner, like, is a front runner.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
And honestly, I don't know. This challenge would make me nervous.
Snatch Games live in history for Drag Race. Like, people remember what you've done. Candy Muse wasn't lying. Like, this is, I don't know if it's career breaking or making, but it's definitely like a career highlight.
You definitely want to have a good Snatch Game. I think the key is, like, doing someone that comes natural to you.
Yes.
That's why, like, when I pick mine, it's typically like I've chosen, like, dumb blondes where you can play into your airheady behavior for me.
Right.
Or like something really far off. Their personality's so loud and extra, it's easy to think. Because I feel like you don't want to have to think too much about your answer. That's where you start to bomb if it doesn't feel
Especially
natural.
if you're like trying to think about like how would this character answer. You
have to be that character.
Yes.
Like I feel.
So it has to be somebody that you can like really relate to, or like that would be easy for you.
You got the accent down and it's easy.
Right. So when we're going around the workroom and we're finding out who everybody's doing, and Elliot decides to be Rue McClanahan, honestly, she didn't even know the character. She's like, oh, my boyfriend watches it, so now I'm into this. She knew one fact.
That she likes men and she's
Blanche sleeps around with men.
Well, I just like, honestly, this episode, I could just tell Elliot was not feeling it. Like, Elliot just seemed so kind of done. Like, I felt like this competition took a toll on her.
Yeah, and I mean, from the very beginning, they
have been going in on
her. But Elliot in the bottom, Elliot was eliminated, Elliot comes back.
Elliot the spy, Elliot, that's like, that poor baby.
Right. So the first moment you see Utica's wig made out of squirrels.
I thought that was like iconic, like a cool way to do it. I think she should, if Bob Ross has an afro and he like, we know that because he obviously can grow it. That's his hair texture. Right. Do it. But I could see where she was coming from, where being nervous to do it, because we are in a time where like, you know, it's important that you're knowledgeable, you're educated, and you're not like doing dumb things like that. Right. Where I could tell she was genuinely just nervous that like it would rub people the wrong way, because people will call you out. Yeah.
And honestly, the squirrel wig as the afro was kind of like, it was cute, but I don't feel like she used it. Like when you watch Bob Ross episodes, I don't know if you ever have.
I've never seen one, honestly.
He's very like quiet, and he's like, "Oh, just imagine this happy little tree, and there might be a happy little squirrel."
Isn't he deaf or blind or something?
He's dead now, but
he's dead.
Yeah.
Bitch, what?
But
I thought he was like the blind painter, or he was deaf.
No.
Just dead.
Yeah, no.
Loves that.
Rosé says she's going to be Mary Queen of Scots. Like,
I was almost nervous when they pulled up the picture, because that bitch is dead.
Oh, definitely. I mean, hello.
16th century dead.
Right.
Like, it was a portrait, so I was like, how are you going to be someone that we don't know anything about?
And see,
I was nervous for her.
That's the thing, because I don't know who Olivia was being. Like, I've never seen that character, but I thought it was funny when Candy was doing her little confessional, and she's like, she's doing her Irish accent, and they're like, Scottish. Like,
oh yeah, she's like the Irish accent, and then they're like, what? And then she's like, Ireland. They're like, no, it's Scottish.
Yeah, like, oops.
But... she sounded hot. I like Scottish accents. They're like, Hagrid. Yeah. She's like, onions. Whatever.
Yes. In the workroom, now they're getting ready for Snatch Game. There's not really a lot of in betweens.
Yeah, no.
And getting ready for the Snatch Game, and we're painting our faces, and we talk about families who have come to see them in drag.
Yeah, it's like good to be supportive.
Yeah.
I was shocked Denali's weren't supportive. Especially if she's like a figure skater and as great as she is.
Yeah. Let's just go right back let's get into this challenge. We are in the Snatch Game, ladies and gentlemen. A little logo goes here. But so going around the whole table, I was nervous a little bit when Simone said she was going to do
Harriet Tubman.
Yes.
That was another one too, because I'm like, how does Harriet Tubman act?
Like, how are you going to make this funny too? Like, the character, like RuPaul said, is so, like, historically iconic. Like, how are you going to make this funny? And right from the beginning, when she comes up from under the table,
like from the Underground Railroads or something, that's
puts
what
her lantern up there. She's like looking around.
That was hilarious. She did
like,
it so smart.
Yes.
But also, like, do you think Harriet Tubman really acted like that? No.
Right.
But, like, she made it funny.
Perfect way to start the Snatch Game. Like,
that was so funny.
Count on Simone to be, like, irreverent and perfect with that. Like, that
was hilarious.
Yes. And then got Mick with Paris Hilton. Like,
bitch, hey, RuPaul, let me know when the cameras aren't rolling.
Oh, they're rolling.
Hey, RuPaul, that's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's hot.
I was like
I died because she does that. Like,
yes.
If anyone who knows Paris, she goes in and out of, like, a deep voice to her high voice.
Yes.
Like, Paris Hilton is a caricature. Like,
yes.
She really doesn't talk like that simple life Valley girl all the time. Like, she's talked about that in her documentary. So
Yeah.
I was like, sold, bitch, period.
Yeah, and honestly, just like looking at her was like, bitch, that is Paris Hilton.
It was hot.
So hot. Then next to her, Rosé.
Hagrid, or whatever. Off with your head.
It was so good. Like, the Scottish accent, like, you can't understand what they're saying, just going into it. Like,
You can say whatever and it's, like, hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like if someone, like, with an English accent dumps you, like, it's hot.
Yes. Tina's Richard Simmons. Right? Richard Simmons.
Ironic that she had the legs just like Ahura.
Yes.
That's crazy. Like, smart.
And honestly, Richard Simmons is kind of like if I were Tina, I probably never would have sat in the chair. Like,
I would have really actually wanted to rather see her do the Jennifer Coolidge. Is that weird?
you know,
Has anyone even done her yet?
No.
Even though everyone's turning in the tape, I would have liked to see it.
yes. I thought it was a funny character choice. I do feel like Tina Burner noticeably gets into her head, though. Like, it was safe, but, like, she could have done so much more. I did like that she was changing her shirt the whole time.
I don't think she should talk about how she's a campy queen so much, because really, I feel like it's just made everything not funny.
The top row is so good. Every character was like, okay, yes,
I was
okay,
like,
yes,
oh,
yes, I'm excited. This is good. And then they get to the bottom row, and Candy Muse's Patrick Starr. Was Candy Muse wearing a turban?
Yeah, no, that was not Patrick Starr to
No.
me. It was literally Candy. She should have been Rosa, because she's half Dominican,
Yes.
half Blackwood. She should have been like the, come here, dude. You
Yeah.
better stop fucking looking at me, dude. Like that
Right.
guy.
Yes.
With the like nails and the hot Cheetos and the little t-shirt on the head.
And she could have done that.
That would have been funny.
So-
At least she was safe. I think if like some of the other girls didn't, if Olivia would have done better, I think easily Candy could have been
yeah.
there, because her snatch was. But I
Yeah.
liked her runways.
Yeah. And then next to Candy Muse.
Tabitha Brown, Olivia Lux, which is like the first time we've really seen her struggle.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying. Like, I just felt like she was too busy about answering everything about being a vegan instead of just being the character.
Yeah. Or she could have made things up. She could
Yeah.
have made up a whole personality of this person and no one would have been the wiser. Like, she could have answered the jokes any way she wanted and she completely
Rue
missed
laugh.
it. And even when, like, Rue was like, oh, well, what does ASMR stand for? And she's like, as quiet as, like, she was flustered. Like, she could have been...
she should have just been like, I don't know, quiet as fuck. Like,
Right.
just like, I don't know, it just gets me views on my YouTube. Something, because she's like a YouTuber.
Tips from Lana Luxx. Denali.
I actually am a huge Denali stan.
Yes.
I really do stan her.
Denali
I
has
love her.
grown on me. But Denali, coming into
Killed
Denali, and she was the best on the bottom row. Right
Literally.
when, with the shiny hair and the hairbrush. And,
And
like,
she was so him.
yes.
Like,
Like,
makes me want to cuddle, but also like Home Depot.
Right.
I died.
It was everything that you see on Queer Eye. Like,
Yeah, that's literally how he acts.
Yes.
She had it down in the wig and the makeup. And
Yes.
I was cracking the fuck up.
Elliot. Choices.
She
Like,
just seemed dead, and she did that thing where like we all know that like Olivia's, we all like she chose someone who's vegan and then made that the whole thing. Everything was
Yes.
vegan, and then she's like, oh well, Rue's a southern like slutty old lady kinda, and so all she talked about was like laying in bed with men.
Yeah, and she didn't even really like do a southern accent. Like, first of all, Elliot, you're like from Texas. Like, do a southern accent. Like,
RuPaul.
and you were being Rue, talking to Rue.
Oh, it was like not good.
Could have made it a thing. But yeah, there was nothing good about that character at all. Like, right when I saw it, I was like, oh, you're in the bottom. You're going home.
Yeah, that was rough. Fuck. Rough as fuck. Like, it was horrible.
Then next to Elliot is
Utica.
And,
Poor baby girl.
Oh, my Lord. So, oh, my Lord.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
Right.
Which is what Elliot should have said.
Right.
But Bob Ross, like, Utica even said in the walk around, like, the original ASMR, like, you're right, Bob Ross.
And she didn't do any, she was
nothing.
not quiet or
Bob
soothing.
Bob Ross talked about happy little trees, and we're going to paint this. And oh, if we just take this little spackle right here, we're going to do, like, it's very...
And what if she could have been vulgar,
And she, like,
but
made it-
whispered. She could have been,
Yeah.
that would have been funny. Like, someone being
She was like,
suck my dick.
oh, I'm painting this in green, Rue. And it's
Environment,
like, wait, what?
environment. I would have drawn like a fucking penis. Or
Hello,
something. And been
or happy little trees that look like penises.
like a water gun. I don't know. The eating the paint, I cringed.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, girl, you know you want to spit that out. That was literally spray paint.
Yeah.
I was like...
And even if it was like hair paint or anything, like, I don't know, like whatever kind of paint it wasn't edible. It was...
Or necessary.
Yeah, the joke didn't land. Honestly, I was like, man, it's either going to be Gottmik or Denali. Like, those were my two.
Yeah, and then I really thought... Actually, I was like, there were so many good ones. I also thought, like, are they going to give it to Simone again? I didn't know, especially with what she wore later, so...
Oh, yeah. Speaking of the runway...
Let's get
into it. We're here to the runway, and we've got our judges, RuPaul, Michelle Visage, Carson Kressley, and...
T.S. Madison, bitch. A trans icon.
The theme is Fascinating Fascinators. Oh, I made this. This is my bucket of slime.
Yeah, she's so creative. Mine is like really cool invisible material that I constructed.
Yes, it's recovering from surgery. Look at the...
I should have worn my head wrap. Like, this is my fascinator. Came like surge and have tape on my nose.
Reveal. First up to the runway, we have Olivia with her mad scientist purple Dexter's
Weird
Laboratory
flash vibe. I actually liked it.
Me too.
It was different for her, and I thought it was a cute take, and I liked the blue vinyl so much.
Yes.
Especially with her ginger hair she's always rocking.
Yes. I mean, she's beautiful as ever. I still think she's the cutest person alive, even though her Snatch Game wasn't great.
The look is definitely making up for that Snatch Game.
And then the, like, it looked like spilled metal. I think she said it was like spilled mercury, but it was perfect. I want to know how you make that. Next up, we had Rosé.
I actually liked this rosé look because I will agree with Michelle. She does not have cute runways. Some of them are cute, but they're like either all just like dresses, like short little cocktail dresses,
or
basically
she adds like all these like floofs to
everything.
Yes.
I don't know. Michelle's like, she's definitely giving me more clown and fashion clown.
Yeah.
Or just like no taste.
Yeah, I feel like she's
had like some good looks.
She's like in this mindset of where like, oh, well, if I just add more to it. Like the little black dress with the stuff on the side, I was like, why are you making yourself look bigger? I thought Rosé with the giant rose, like the only thing she could have done better is if it was wine. Like it was very like on brand. And then we had Utica with a picnic basket.
I loved it. I loved the like ants going up her leg.
Yes.
That was a cute silhouette. Her
ants and
the
bees, and it was definitely very picnicky. Yeah, she's legs. That
very legs.
So next up we have Simone.
So good.
I honestly...
So sweet and perfect.
When she first came out and it was all white, I was like, oh, this is so pretty. I love the little hip.
I love the hip.
The structure.
She's showing shape. Because usually she's definitely like, does like no padding, model-esque vibes. So to see her in that little, ooh, I liked that.
But then when she turned around, like honestly,
it was so good.
The first time I watched it, I was drinking a little rosé drinking game. Hello. And I was like, tearing up.
I'm getting emotional.
Yes.
It's such
with
a good runway.
The bullet holes in the back and saying their names, and the judges weren't making any jokes. I was like, oh my god, like
they really let her have the moment.
Yeah. And then I watched it again this morning and not drinking at all, and I still got tears in my eyes. Like,
that was really good.
Next to the runway is Gottmik.
Bitch! I loved it.
Hello. The little drop of blood coming off of the end of the safety pin.
Such a unique idea too.
Yeah.
I liked that they got to be them. Like, I feel like they've been doing great on the runway, but this was like super their vibe, you know?
Yes.
And I loved how it was so parallel from Paris. Like getting to be that dark, grungy, emo, punk rock.
Punky with the, and she went back to doing the white face.
I love that.
The classic Gottmik white face.
I wish the safety pin though was like more sturdy. It was like kind of tilted forward a lot. I wish it had some like structure.
And after Gottmik, we had Denali.
Come on, roller skates. I thought that was sick. Like, I would be so scared to fall off the stage.
Honestly, because I was like, I didn't know what to wear for my video today. And then I saw this and I was like, oh, I have the slime bucket that I made. Because that coffee
that was cool. I know, and I thought when they were like, this looks like a costume, but like the skates and the fascinator make it better. But like, I thought that was a cute ass costume then. Like, I thought the garment was nice.
Honestly, I'm inspired to make more things from this. Like, I love this look. And then next we have Elliot with 2 T's.
So I didn't know that she was supposed to be a flamingo till we watched, and I was like, I hate the freaking nude droopy leg and the nude arm. And then she was like, a flamingo, like the one leg, one arm.
Right.
I thought she looked so captivating from here up, and I really don't ever really care for her like makeup or I just feel like when she's on the stage, her face looks so dead. She's always just like,
to me, she's like a very pretty queen. But there has never been anything that I was like, yes,
she's like polished for sure, but she's just like so dead in the face.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, is Elliot excited, mad, or sad? It's just.
Tina Berner. With a horse on her.
Ugly. Hideous. I hated the look. I'm sorry.
So did I.
I loved the taxi look last week, but she is so on the nose with every theme. Like, she has to be the her. I'm right on the, like, I did the theme so specific. Like, you notice that nobody else is doing that? Yeah, there's a reason. Like,
Candy Muse is the next to the runway wearing this black and white. And her headpiece is all feathers that say the word Muse.
I liked the headpiece.
Took me a minute to see what it said.
It was a little sloppily written, I felt like, but I liked the idea of it and the color story.
Yeah. To me, it was very much like when she was walking out. Kind of reminded me of what she wore last week with the yellow,
just like
flowy dress.
It was okay.
So, the tops this week, we've got Denali, Mick, and Rosé.
Okay.
Makes total sense. I do not disagree with any of those.
I don't disagree either. I did really think Simone would be there, but I'm glad like they did take a moment to tell her how good the look was.
Yes, and how good the message was. Yes, for sure. So safe. Then we have Tina Berner, Simone, and Candy Muse.
Yeah.
The only reason...
Because everyone else did really bad.
The only reason Candy Muse was safe is because there were people who did worse.
Yeah, I really thought her was horrible.
Yeah. Like, there was nothing Patrick Star about that. And then... Bob Ross via Utica. Elliot. And...
Olivia Luxx, her first time.
In the bottom.
You could tell she was shook.
You know, she might have been shook, but none of us were. That was terrible. It was a terrible Snatch Game for her. But Olivia ends up being the safe one, and I think her runway kind of saved her there.
Definitely.
And also, I just think that if you really broke it down, Elliot and Utica were the worst in the Snatch Game, and the runways...
horrible.
Like, Elliot's runway didn't save her at all, but Utica's might have been a little bit...
to me, I liked Utica's out of Olivia and
Right.
Elliot.
But her Snatch Game was tragic. So bad.
It's like Elliot kept saying the same thing, and Olivia kept saying like kind of, and Olivia was trying, it just wasn't landing, and then Utica was just cringy as fuck.
Yes, there was nothing good about it. And then between the winners, honestly, to me, it could have been Got Mick or Denali.
Yeah.
I thought Denali's was
I could have seen either of the three winning.
Our winner ends up being
Got Mick.
Yes. Well deserved. Her Paris Hilton was spot the frick on.
Yes.
And bottom two, Elliot and Utica.
Which I was like, oh god, what song is it going to be? Because Elliot's a really good dancer, and Utica's first lip sync, I'm sorry, did not impress me.
No.
Against Got Mick, either of them, honestly. But Utica's first lip sync was awful.
Utica and Elliot lip syncing, that song was not a dancey song. Like, I don't think.
So I thought Utica did good.
Yeah, I don't think Elliot knew what to do.
Yeah, I don't think Elliot knew what to do. I felt like Elliot, this whole episode, was just kind of done and ready to go home, to be honest. Especially on the runway. But Utica, like, was serving and, like, funny and, like, linky and just getting everywhere and being funny.
Yeah, I was like, like, Utica has legs. Look at these legs.
Yeah, no, she was pretty good.
So, yeah, no, Utica won the lip sync, and...
her mouth is so big. Like, she lip syncs, like...
Yes.
I can't even do it with my nose. It like, hurts to me.
It was a good try, though. Elliot sachets away.
Which I think it was time.
Yeah.
I felt like I saw everything I needed to see.
That is the episode. Untucked, they pretty much dove into Utica being a different person off camera than she is on camera. And again, I feel
Which she's probably just using her hee hee ha ha as like a defense.
Yeah, I really feel like Utica doesn't know how to act around people.
And it's also like the pressure cooker that Drag Race is.
Yes. Probably does not help but amplify that. Every week I ask a trivia question. You put your answers in the comments below, and I pick a winner at random to send them a prize. This week's prize, it's a $10 gift card to Starbucks. Hey,
Period. I love it.
I know, right? Coming into the summertime, going around and driving in your car, drinking a Frappuccino, feeling like,
get you a nice refresher. Period.
Hello. So, ready to ask this trivia question?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right, this week's trivia is...
You need to name at least one person who's done 2 characters in their Snatch Game performance.
Put your answers in the comments below.
Put them down there, bitch.
Oh my gosh, Lana, so thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It was such a good time.
It was. I feel like we could talk forever.
I know, so much.
So much fun talking about drag. So... where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Landon Patterson, or you can find me on TikTok at the Landon Patterson. Yeah, I post trans stuff, drag stuff, life stuff,
all sorts of stuff, and it's good content. I mean,
yeah, she's a content creator.
All of those links will be in the description above or below. I really appreciate you all sticking around and watching. I hope to see you again next week. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those things.
Subscribe!
It. Hello.
Like if I should come back.
Hi! We got so many more episodes of Drag Race to go. At least, 7?
Probably, girl.
6? We got a ways to go. So yeah, thanks for watching, and peace out. Love you lots.
Love you, bitch.